What's going on, guys? We're back like we never left, and today we're talking about Bleacher Report's list, or their ranking of the NBA's most overhyped players ahead of the 2018-2019 season. Now, for overhyped players in the NBA, I think there's a few players that are overhyped. But when I think about these players, the players that they have listed, I do not think about them. Like, when you think about the most overhyped player in the NBA, sometimes you have to go to the best player in LeBron, right? Where you think LeBron, he gets so much love and hype that you're like, yo, he must be overhyped. But I think LeBron, he fits the bill. When you think about overhyped players, like immediately I think about someone like Lonzo Ball. I think Lonzo Ball is a good player, but he's just slightly overhyped, kind of because of his dad, right? The people they have on this list, I wonder why they would put them on this list. I saw this article, glossed over it, went back. I was like, whoa, I have to make a video about this. So for Bleacher Report, NBA's most overhyped players ahead of the 2018 season, the first player they have up here is Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics. Now, for Jason Tatum to be on this list doesn't make sense to me. Jason Tatum proved himself to be one of the best players in the NBA in last year's playoffs and throughout the season. Of course, he was a rookie last year, so there were growing pains. And I guess based off of the hype from last year, people are overhyping him now, and the fact that he's working with Kobe, where, okay, I hear you, but I don't think that's overhyped. I think that's warranted. Jason Tatum showed himself to be a very good player last year. He came in and he banged on LeBron instead of LeBron like, what? I'm here. So for Jason Tatum, saying he's overhyped, I don't think that's fair at all. So that's one I was like, I completely disagree with. That was the first person they had on their list. Next, they had Demarcus Cousins. Now this, I'm not so sure because Demarcus Cousins is injured. So I don't know if the overhype has been there as far as this offseason. I don't know if he's saying people are overhyping him because of his possible impact on the Warriors and knowing that he's injured. So from that angle, I can understand it. But Demarcus Cousins, when he's healthy, he's the best center in the NBA. People argue Joel Embiid, but for me, I think it's Demarcus Cousins. So to say the best center in the NBA is overhyped, what are you saying? The narrative has to be, okay, Demarcus Cousins, he's injured. So the overhype is based on his possible impact on the Warriors. I get it, still a bit of a reach, but I hear you. But it's to overhype the best center in the league. Come on. Next was Zach Lavine, and I somewhat understand it's just because of Zach Lavine. People were expecting that to translate to his game, and he had a good season with Toronto, with the Timberwolves a few seasons ago, but he got hurt, his ACL teared, and he got traded to the Bulls, and he was still recovering from that last year. So for Zach Lavine, the overhype, I don't feel it because I don't think anyone is here giving Zach Lavine the next coming of MJ or Kobe since he wears number 8. But I guess because of how much he got paid, you can say that he's overhyped, but they just matched an offer. And I think Zach Lavine, based on his potential, that's a fair offer. They didn't overpay. They matched a restricted offer because he was a restricted free agent. Sacramento offered him that contract, and they matched it. I don't think anyone is here saying Zach Lavine is going to average 28 points a game and be an all-star, right? Of course, that's the ceiling, not 28 points a game, but probably 25. But the other parts of his game has to kind of round out because he doesn't offer much more than scoring and some great highlights. I mean, defensively, he's not amazing. He's not great. He's not that good. Rebounding and assists are lacking as well. So for Zach Lavine, I don't think it's overhyped there. I just don't think people expect that much for it to be overhyped. Like Zach Lavine isn't a name you think about when someone says, yo, who you think is going to kill it in the East? Like, he probably doesn't come up until 15 or 10. And that's in the Eastern Conference. And 10 is pretty high. I'm sizing it. 10 is pretty high because 5 Celtics come up before Zach Lavine. So next we have Josh Jackson. Like, I don't know where the hell Josh Jackson's name came from. Like, Josh Jackson last year was pretty average, pretty below average compared to the other rookies that he got drafted with. So the hype on Jackson, I don't know if it's based on Phoenix fans or the jump that's supposed to come with DeAndre Ayton and Devin Booker and all those guys there. But I don't feel the hype, man. I don't know where this hype is coming from with Josh Jackson. I can understand some hype for Donovan Mitchell because people expect him to take another jump. The hype for Ben Simmons because people expect him to have a jump shot, a perfectly stroked jump shot from the three-point line next season. But the hype for Josh Jackson? Honestly, how many people out here are checking for Josh Jackson right now? He has to improve his shooting for people to start saying that. So I don't see the hype with Josh Jackson. I think that's just a random rookie to be a contrarian, to go outside the regular rookies that you can possibly overhype other than Jason Tatum. This guy must be an LA Lakers fan. Next was Kawhi Leonard and the overhype on him. Now, I don't know if Kawhi is being overhyped because they expect the Raptors to be better than last year. simply because Kawhi is a better player than DeMar DeRozan. Of course, team chemistry doesn't work that way. You replace a player, you have to integrate this said player, and it may not be the exact same team dynamic. Off of that, how the hell is Kawhi Leonard overhyped? Yes, he was injured, quote unquote, the past season. Of course, that's up in the air. We know how the Spurs roll with that. I'm not sure what's happening with that. I'm not sure what that is. I'm going to stay away from that for right now. But to overhype a top 5 player in the NBA just because he switched teams, what are we on? I don't expect them to win more games just because it's a team dynamic, but I expect them to be a better team, especially in the playoffs. You minus DeMar DeRozan and you add Kawhi Leonard. People are going to mention Jakob Poeltl. I'm cool. But for Kawhi Leonard, he's better than DeMar. That's just it. And to try to figure out and use semantics to say that Kawhi Leonard is somehow overhyped, what are you on, my guy? I guess the argument is, what if Kawhi can't be Kawhi anymore? Yeah, I'm willing to take my bets on Kawhi being Kawhi. Like, there's no way. We've seen too much of Kawhi to say he's overhyped going into this team. So I don't like this argument. I think Kawhi's not overhyped. That's kind of ridiculous to me. But yeah, I had to react to this, man. This is, some of these lists and rankings sometimes it's like, whoa. I understand content is necessary, but some of these players are not. Like, no, Kawhi is not overhyped. Kawhi fits the billing. He's a very good player. He's a superstar in this league. Guys, let me know what you think about this list, this top 5 most overhyped players heading into the season. Obviously, I don't agree with it. So let me know, like the video, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.